making a video, making a video. This video is dark. It's very simple. I was asked a question and I had to answer that question so that the next time the question is asked or the thought arises, I will understand in my own realm. The question was, what do I put in the water to wash the floors? Can I put oil? Can I put vinegar and lemon? And the combination inside my thought said, the more porous the floor, should the oil not arise and be slippery, let it fall through the cracks so that the oil from the citronella or the tea tree, or any one of the elements that we need in our body, that our body needs like a tree to grow, put it in. Let it fall into the cracks. Let me breathe the earth. I want to breathe the earth. I want to be part of the earth because I never have been part of the earth. I'm sitting in an apartment built and painted and varnished and away from everything of all natural. There's no stink in here. I'm like Sephardic. I'm like one of the stinks. One of the skunks, one of the monks, one of the chipmunks who saves two sides to one nut, split by 2 equaling to 4. I want to be the divided center, and when you look inside a nut, it is divided, and the angle shows the V, and what is on your tongue and going down your throat, that V turns into K. Sephardic, skunks, monks, everything connects. Sephardic, the Arctic, sapphire, separation, pH within the Arctic, but is the Arctic that divides within our own mind? Mix me a color and tell me a story. I will tell you the story I read in your story, about anything at any time. As long as I am in my realm and my door is open to the outside, I can do everything. And when I choose to have the door shut, which is never, then I, with the door shut, which is never, which is sometimes always and never. It either is open as I always want it open, or shut because I'm not in the realm. It's not just any other way. One last thing on here is, what can one do? This is what one can do. It's all about one. Crisscrossing the ways of one's life. Here you go. On the cross. The last thing we were talking about, Sephardic and skunks and stinking and smell. Then if we're thinking like that, we have to think of Wilbur. We have to think about the Wizard of Oz, Kansas City, KC. LA, it says the word the, T-H-E, time, heaven, electronic. We have to think of Oz, which is Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas City Royals. Check out the crown they wear. Highway 35 and 70, the hand of God. I'm going back to the skunks. I'm in a thinking mood about the skunks. Things that stink, okay? Things that stink. I want to bring the black and white to every situation. This black is every situation possible. This white is looking for more in between. The stink, the dog's bone, the cat, how they bury the litter. The stink, what is it about the stink? I was thinking of something else. How about septic tanks? How about the light? How about the light? Far, les Far, and Jafar inside of Aladdin, and Far inside of French. The mind, the ocean. Have you ever seen how a sea works? This is a sea. If I take a sea and I put an eyeball in the front of it, it becomes the 3, and the eyeball is the circle, becomes 6. Here becomes the C equaling the 3, and the eyeball in the front that sees out is the 6. From one end to the other end, it becomes the 15/6, the diameter of the eye. Hey, big Black Betty found a lamb, Black Betty found a lamb, Black Betty found a lamb. Yeah, Black Betty. You ever see Black Betty? I show you Black Betty. Now we're going to give you a little bit of this. Want to see Black Betty? Right here. Right here in my eyes, my friends. 2 Bettys. My eyelash here, what knows together through one vision? The bull. The bull is in my nose. The unicorn, whoo, is out my mouth. Whoo is out my mouth. Why? Because who's on first? What's on second? I don't know is on third. Why is in left field? Who's center field and who's right field? I'm not sure, but tomorrow is pitching and he's pitching to today. So he throws over the pitch and he calls it a ball before it's a strike. So when it gets there and it is a ball, the ball's a strike. Raphael 7286, the constellation of Pegasus. The reason for the value of 3 is because I can wrap this finger around from here to here. Here is my 3. That dot is my eyeball inside. That angle here shows you my V, M, and W for life inside the circle of the 3. It's the 3 because this is where it reads to. When I put this thing back in here, okay, I'm not sure which way I put it in here, or should I actually put it in like this? Okay, no. This is inside the eyeball, the space, but this, I think this was the total space. Is it this one? Is that the total space? No, it had to be, is that my C? Anyways, I'm not really sure how to make my MIC inside of this, but your eyeball, Big Black Betty, Les Sorcières, Ghost, Gnostics, okay, Gnocchi, the shapes of flowers, Fleur de lis, pissenlit, in the Da Vinci Last Code, Fleur de lis, pissenlit, the 20 days of Christmas, Days or Daisy, or who was Daisy as a character in television that we watch. The lilacs, the lilacs, the islands of lakes, the DNA of duels, the LED, lions of dandelions, the lazy in French, it is journée, jour de nez. What the nez is between, the day of the nose is what is between the two eyes. What's between your two eyes is what's in the one mind. Isis is also a part of this. Well, now I don't know why this is doing that. There you go. Now we have all these. Now it also says is he. Is he or is he not? Remember the H. Remember some of the letters that are silent? We must learn, I must learn how to use them. If I need to share and if you're going to base anything off of me. If I tell you it's à peu près, just about, it's about. And if I tell you it's exact, you just think it's just about. You always want to think that you can go one notch higher than anything I'll ever do, because that will keep you on top of me. We're going to go up and up and up, just like the baseball bat. But you know what? We're just going to be rotating till we all know the same thing, because when we all know the same thing, we can go wherever we want, because the balance will always be in act. 12 days, or how about 12 daisies? How about the 12 days of Christmas, and let's go over the 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Split apart, part of the ridge, par 3, in a 9-hole of a split golf course of 9 and 9, where the greenhouse or the house of the partridge is actually the clubhouse. Count that as 0 when you come in, because the watering hole ends up at the bar. Number 19. So that means from T departure to T arrival equals to the 18. Even the little house stands for the point of departure, which is the guy standing on deck. You come into the clubhouse as 19. The clubhouse had to start at 0. If that's the way you want to look at it, because you started there. So it'd be 0, 1, 18. You would have 19. You'd come back, you'd be in 20. Otherwise, the clubhouse is the part of the beginning, saying the clubhouse is hole 1 and is never counted as 0. So the first hole would always start with the clubhouse and the first hole together, because you end up in the on-deck circle in which they took out your clubs from the golf course, preparing you to go onto the course. But we're not going to get any further with that. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Are you looking about 10,000 souls are on the line? Then they moved up to 59. Chris the Bird. Millions and billions. Come, we'll talk about it. Thank you.